Okay, so just a quick update on the situation that we have at the moment on AUD USD. Now, if you remember from the previous analysis, what did we speak about? We had a market that basically we know that created this very strong supply zone at this level, and we wanted to see the market go for a retest of the supply, grab some liquidity and reject the zone to the downside. Now, from a daily perspective, if you remember from the last analysis, what we also realized is that basically the market had created this overextended W formation. Now, after an overextended W formation, what do you expect? You expect the market to go and test the neckline. And in fact, that is exactly what the market has done. Now, by the way, if you want to watch that analysis, I will link it below. Now, what kind of situation where is the next area where we can be looking for a potential opportunity on AUD USD? Now, at the moment, situation is very peculiar. Why? Because we know that basically from this area, basically from the completion of the neckline, we know that we have support at this level. We have previous resistance turn support, and we have the possibility to complete this impulse, correction, and impulse pattern to the upside. Therefore, we can't be looking for a short, but at the same time, we know that from the weekly, we have resistance all across this area. Therefore, we can't be looking for a long. So we know that from the weekly, we have a bearish structure and we want to see the market go lower. But from the daily, we know that we have support. So what do we have to be doing? Well, in these cases, you have to wait for the daily to align itself with the weekly. So basically what we will be doing with students, if the market will make a nice move to the downside, at that point we will have basically also this minor M formation, which should definitely bring the market to retest this structure. Now, if the market will go to retest the structure as it should, then basically what kind of opportunity we will have? We will have the possibility to complete this impulse, correction, and impulse pattern to the downside, rejection of the weekly structure that we have already spoken about, and possibility to create this head and shoulders, obviously with the retest of this daily structure. So everything would be aligning for a push to the downside. We will obviously have also the confluence of the Fibonacci taken from the high to the low of the impulse in between the 50% and 61.8 golden ratio Fibonacci levels. So everything would be definitely aligning itself for a push to the downside. Now, if we go and see what is the situation from a COT perspective. So basically what hedge funds are doing at the moment on AUD and what they're doing on the USD. But at the same time, guys, if you check the data for the AUD, what are you actually checking? Now, all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. Therefore, if you check the COT data for the AUD, what you're actually checking is the COT data for AUD USD, which is exactly what we are interested in. And what we can see with the last report is that hedge funds have opened another 3,200 short positions on AUD USD, therefore starting to loading up some proper shorts, which should definitely bring the market to break also the structure to the downside, with net positions again decreasing even more. We were at minus 25k, we are now all the way down at minus 37k. So definitely net positions decreasing. However, as you know, guys, trading is not predictive. Trading is reactive. So we don't know if from here the market will just explode to the upside or if it will break the structure to the downside. But what we do know and what we can control is our risk and when we actually enter the market. So positioning ourselves with the best probabilities and best risk to reward. So if the market will break this area to the downside and if the market will go for a retracement, then what we will be doing with students, we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame inside of this area, waiting for the market to shift from a bullish market to a bearish market and for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. If the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, then we will be taking it as nice short with a good risk to the reward and good probabilities for a nice push to the downside. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.